What is going on, my YouTube friends and all my Patreon friends, all my audio enthusiast friends, maybe some future sound techs out there? I want to do a follow-up on my 5 tips for getting into the industry. I wanted to start with that I kind of accidentally booked myself a couple of jobs. And I'll be bringing everyone along for the journey. One's in like 3 weeks. And one's in not going to be till end of June, early July. And it's bear in mind that I have a resume and I've done these things before. I've overcome these objections before, so I might have I'll consider it a little bit of an advantage. But it works. It works. You know, these are people that I did not tell that I used to be a sound technician, that I just kind of asked qualifying questions, figured out what they needed, and got myself kind of in the door and got myself a paid job, right? So what I wanted to go through today was a little bit of like, call it business advice, and take that for what it is, because it's coming from a guy in a hobo toque and hoodie on the internet. But I think it's sound advice. So not only for my friends in the sound and audio business, but anyone who's running a business. The first thing I want to tell you is you got to get laser focused on what it is that you offer. And that's not to say that like if you're a dentist, you offer dental work. In my opinion, there's only one of 3 things that you can compete at. And there's pieces to this that will kind of continue on, because I think that it's changed since my early adaptation of this, but for the sake of the early conversation, we're going to start here. So I think you can only really compete with a product, a price, or a service. And I don't think that you can blend, and I truly don't think that you can do like a bit of one or the other. I think that it has to be one, right? So if you're a retailer and you sell a product that competes, like let's say you make something, right? And it truly is of higher quality than the next. Maybe there's like, I don't know, let's pick something. A glove, maybe it's a glove. Maybe you make some sort of like great glove, right? There's other gloves out there. There might be cheaper gloves, there might be more expensive gloves. There might be gloves that come with things, discounts. Maybe you get like cleanings for free or something like that, but nobody can touch you on the product, right? So if you start marketing the service that you offer, you're distracting from the product, right? So in the audio industry, what we see lots is people are so desperate for the gig, they start giving away the kitchen sink, right? So you offer a product. Maybe you built like a truck and it's got a small package in it for a small to medium sized venue, and you're trying to get the booking, but now you start offering extra lighting packages. Maybe you're going to bring an extra technician just to like, you just want the gig, right? But now you're confusing what you're offering. It's no longer a product, it's a service, right? And in my experience, I think more often it's beneficial to offer a service. I kind of don't want to charge the customer for the product. I'd rather you be charged what I'm worth and what my techs are worth, right? By the time you bring a good monitor technician with you, like that's $300 right there. So if you're trying to keep things like under $1,000, like let's be realistic, like a bar band paying maybe like $600-700, it's a lot of money, you know. And like being in the industry, I think that's a fair asking price, but it sounds like a lot of money, right? If you're only making tips, a percentage of tips, or ticket sales, stuff like that. So you really gotta dial in what it is that you're getting after, right? So let's talk about a service. So let's say that I have a team, right, and I offer a service. So I have a vehicle full of equipment, and I've got another technician with me, say a monitor technician, and I want your gig, right? I want to work with your band. I'm probably not going to talk about every individual speaker and every individual microphone unless those questions come up, because those are like little value prop kind of pieces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you, yes, I will be there with you. I will be there before the show, after the show. I will sound check with you. I'll rehearse with you. And if you give me your CD, I'll even learn the songs so that I'm prepared for anything you throw at me, right? My monitor technician will be right on stage with you. He actually is going to blink some lights too, just because it kind of gives him something to do. And anything that you need throughout the night, he's going to be faster than I am, because he's right there on stage with you. He's basically another musician, right? This is worth $700. It happens to come with match subs, the 3-way tops, the PA system, the consoles, the monitors. It comes with all that stuff. But the minute I start going down that list of the products, you're going to start asking me to sharpen my pencil. You know what I mean? Do you need all those subwoofers? Do we need 2 monitors per person? Well, yeah, because at the end of the day, when you judge me for my service, it's going to suffer, right? So if I'm direct in selling the service, there's no confusion around the product. The product's there. You know what you're getting because you trust the service, right? If let's say you're hiring a sound system for an event, you might just want a product. And if the product's sale, if you're the person on the other side, you're selling the product, you might offer a discounted service if the product makes you the money, but that's not the highlight. That's discounted. You don't want to discount the product, discount something else, right? One of the other 3 things. So if you're moving a product, maybe a speaker, maybe a set of speakers, a rental, something like this, these are great opportunities to say, hey, I will even come set this up for you if you rent through my company. And like, there's other logistics to that too. Now you know how it's being set up, you know how it's being kind of handled. You're the one maybe cleaning it up, wrapping your cables. Like there's all these different kind of benefits that might fall into that. And you're still not giving away the whole kitchen sink, right? What other one is there? Price. So price is a tough one because when you're competing at price, you really got to set limits on what you get for this price. Because if I come in here and I say you get this for 150 bucks, and you say, okay, that's great, but I need this and this, and if I just leave it at the 150, now I'm devaluing myself, right? I'm devaluing what I sell, and this is a great opportunity for maybe a cross sell or an upsell into another product, maybe a service or something like it's convenient for price, right? You see that lots in the upsell aisle at the end of the store. You're buying the boots, you may as well get another pair of shoelaces or the insoles or whatever, right? So, but yeah, so get laser focused on what it is that you offer, what you compete at, and the language around that. And the confusing part, the part I kind of doubled back on earlier, is that the consumer will have their own purchasing languages as well. But that's kind of secondary. If you're not confused about what you offer, then there's no real frustrations, right? If people come in here and they say, listen, like, I'm really nervous. I know you offer a product, but I'm looking for a service. This might be like a one-off situation, and you can kind of deal with it how you will. Maybe you refer it to someone, maybe you take the job anyways. But this isn't something that you should be like marketing and trying to build your business off of, right? You gotta have clarity. You gotta have clarity. Which one are you selling? Is it a product, a price, or a service? Let me know down in the comments which one you like. If you think you know which your purchasing language is, which you prefer generally, let me know down below. And I hope this helped. See everyone again soon. I think Arthur's here. Let's say hi to Arthur. Hi, buddy.